10 answers in 3 seconds. Well, a human is not capable of that. The human brain can process about 24, 30 frames per second. As we have evolved, for us to process at 24, 30 frames per second, we cannot keep up. So we need to process at 60 frames per second. The way to do that, we cannot do that in binary mode. And nobody's teaching us these skills. I happened to stumble upon these skills of allocating attentional resources with gradients of, with flavors and gradients and percentage, and having something that I call simultaneous time. In simultaneous time, you can observe multiple events, but you don't have to allocate all of your attentional resources to all of the events. You can be aware of several events happening at the same time. You have 10 emails, you have to give an answer in 3 seconds. You can be aware of all of them and quickly learn. After you learn the skills, you'll learn, well, first, not to be overwhelmed, yeah, and then how to prioritize quickly. And this needs to happen quickly. If we need our brain to process at 60 frames per second, all of this needs to happen quickly. And for something to happen quickly, needs to be an automatic habit. And for something to be an automatic habit, needs to register in the muscle memory. And to register in the muscle memory, you need to practice. And the neuroplasticity makes this available to you because the brain is plastic. Yeah, the brain is the brain, and your mind is not the brain. Your mind is a tool that your brain uses to distinguish between similarities and differences. So as we, through the fearfulness to acquire the capacity to process 60 frames per second, meaning thoughts, right? It's thoughts and emotions. You learn how to allocate attentional resources with what's in front of you and worry less about what's in the future or worry about whether it was done good in the past. Not forgetting and eliminating it. It's an art. It's an art and it's available. Everybody I've been teaching this, they keep telling me everybody needs to learn this. And I go, well, I know everybody needs this. One simple skill that takes you 20 minutes for the first time to learn it, and you practice the skill a little bit, eventually becomes an automatic habit for you in a couple of weeks. And then you forget you actually learned that skill from me. You forget you had to spend time, 20 minutes to learn this particular skill and how to allocate your attentional resources. And a lot of people don't even know what attentional resources is. So it pretty much means pay attention. But what do you pay attention to, and how much attention do you pay in that moment over multiple events that are happening? So it comes down to allocating your attention simultaneously over what's happening 60 frames per second. So that's a lot to process, and process that without being overwhelmed.